Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Black Horror Humor. During our pre show, Baylor decided to take advantage of his surroundings and give his guests and hosts a good scare.
Let me focus on what's really about to happen and get me.
Well, those
Like
are
when
all,
I
those
say
are
get
all.
me,
Hold on.
like
Wait, time out. I'm sorry, Shan. Baylor, are we doing this?
What? Oh my
Baylor,
God! Hey, you
you're
can't do that,
Baylor.
Baylor. Baylor, come
You got
on,
to
bro.
change your background. You
Bro, you
can't
know
do
you
this.
can't do
We
that,
not, no,
man.
we are
what
not doing this.
happened?
Look at Baylor's background. It is
Baylor
just a
know what
black
he's
hole.
doing. Baylor, hey, hey, he, he,
Look, I swear to God.
Absolutely not.
I swear to God, if y'all
Oh,
do that on look,
Baylor do something like that to have his wife come from the
first of
background with a
all,
mask on and
no,
just
no.
right.
Look, first of all, I am terrible in geometry. I didn't know that angle was going to
hey,
show.
blood. That was a horror. That was
I
like,
was like, hold on.
hey,
What we not gonna do is
if
watch
we're
Baylor
shooting
get
a movie,
snatched
if
up.
we're shooting a film, that's a grade A shot, brother. Let's say that was a grade A shot. I'm telling you.
We're
Okay.
gonna leave. We're gonna
I
get
don't
it
know how
going.
Shane is when she might hit us with that.
Yep, you gonna probably find me sliding down the pole down the stairs.
Baylor, with this open wall, what are we doing? What
Oh,
are we?
I just wanted to get comfortable because this couch is positioned
Hey,
a
Can you
certain way.
turn the light on in there?
I'm look.
There's a thing right there.
I
Stop
know,
it!
I
Stop
know.
it! Stop it! This is why I can't do it.
I don't see
Yes,
nothing.
Hey,
Turn on the
hey,
light.
hey,
it is.
Shan. I don't think it's the
Look,
same thing. I said,
look,
is that a smudge on my?
look,
Oh, this how it happens. This how it
look.
happens.
Y'all crazy.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
legit.
I saw capris in a tank top.
Thank you, legit. Shane, I'm like, is that a smudge? I'm like,
Y'all better
oh my
stop
God, it
playing.
moved. I know I messed
man,
up.
it did though. It did though. It did though. I can't. I can't do this.
Y'all gotta stop playing, man.
Baylor, turn the camera and stop
Oh my
playing with me.
God, this is too.
Look,
No, I don't
look,
care how many times you
No,
turn on the
man.
look.
light.
Hey,
And
hey,
there's another open door. What are you doing?
It's the bathroom.
man, this is
Oh,
like
Baylor.
okay. Hey,
It's the
we got
Baylor.
to.
bathroom. Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
God.
See, no, see, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. No, no, no,
Oh my God, this motherfucker here.
Baylor. I can't stand you. I don't like you. I don't like you.
I cannot.
Oh my God.
Okay. Hi everybody. I just finished scaring the shit out of my cast. Yeah.
He did that. He actually did that.
So we're doing two shorts tonight, right?
Okay.
I like too short. Bitch.
Too
Ah,
short.
yes, and we do have a serial killer as a guest tonight.
Oh, what's up?
Jan.
What's up, Shan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you from, Shan? Who your people?
Um, I'm from West Philly.
Okay.
Fell out of my mama's uterus up in there.
All right.
My
Mm.
parents Jamaican, so they little.
Mm.
I reside in the South
Okay.
with the F.
Winning that whole F. Yeah.
What
With the F.
podcast you claim?
Mm.
My sex. You wanna know my sex?
Man.
She gets a podcast, Cozy Womb podcast, because my womb is cozy like a couch. And
I
so
never
what
knew
page me on bed because I like to read. I like to get that knowledge. Okay.
Mm.
that. Okay.
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 So this
Oh.
is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do because she just gave me an idea. So, of course, from time to time, we're gonna have guests. Um, and I think based on the guests that we have to describe what kind of boogeyman they would be.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we did a disservice to Mike.
And don't say Hellraiser because my hair is like this.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
I already know what you gonna
The thing about it is I'm not going to give you a comparison to one of the late greats. I'm just going to describe your character in general, and then we can go across the
Okay.
room. But again, we did have Mike on. We did a disservice to him, but we will have to break him down eventually. But as far as Shan, if I had to label her or create a character based off of her personality, she would be someone that would be a part of the family in Wrong Turn. Um, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think she is one of those that will brutally rip your body apart with her teeth.
God dang.
I
A
think
gripper?
I think she's very graphic, and I think she has a sense of humor about it.
Okay.
So before, during, and after, she's also laughing.
Hey,
Yeah,
see, I was gonna
absolutely.
add that. I was gonna add
Absolutely.
that, but we go.
Absolutely.
We'll go.
So
I'm
if
gonna
it,
live.
so to just to give people that don't really get where I'm coming from, just think of Harley Quinn, but
Get out of my
rated
head.
triple R.
Okay.
Okay. See, here's the thing. I wasn't even thinking in the Harley Quinn, her as Harley Quinn,
I
but here's
was.
what I was thinking. Because of her protective nature and but how also vicious she can be behind that smile, I would put her in other planes. So not necessarily Nightmare on Elm Street, but she's able to float between this world and another, by making sure to protect the children who call on her, whose parents
Mm,
have been like abusive.
mm.
And that way she takes revenge on behalf of the children.
So you just said she's the queen bee of Children of the Corn.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
I
Okay.
think
Because
I think I think
she walks in this life, right? And she makes sure that the souls of her victims never find rest in the other life.
Damn. Okay.
me personally, I think she would rip the skin off your body, wear it, and then start skipping.
Yeah, I feel like because she would definitely be a not necessarily poisonous, because it's not if you touch her you die, but she gets under your skin. So it would be more of a killing them softly kind of thing, where the person who, wherever the kid is that has like called on her to like help them, so that they can be rescued, she would come in as whatever form to get close to the parent,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
to start slowly driving them mad.
Mm.
Okay.
Watch
Okay.
this. Guess what, Drake? Guess what the movie is called? The movie is called Flagella.
Oh. 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 People ain't even gonna know how to. That gonna bring people in. That gonna bring people in. Okay. I like this. I like both of them, and love it. Because my thing the whole time, soon as it was like this, good job with this scenario, Baylor. But she would be a mermaid, a killer mermaid, though.
Hey,
Oh, a siren.
Yeah,
Okay.
yo,
sorry, she was
on
like a
them streets.
succubus to an extent,
Yeah.
because it's like because she has this laid back, cool, but she'll bring sailors in. They'll be attracted, bring them on in, but they'll be lost at sea. But underneath, she just ready to fuck motherfuckers up. It's a line of niggas that's out of pocket, and she does it to the ones that's like out at sea, they got wives and stuff, but they lonely and all that. And she bring them in, and she just like all this. She doing all this wild shit. Doing all this
Oh
wild
my
shit. And the thing about but I agree, she is gruesome. Like I'm telling you, it's like a Sour Patch Kid. She's like, but she's the opposite.
God.
She's
Like, oh
sweet.
my child.
She's sweet, but she tearing motherfuckers apart. Like I'm telling you, because one thing they completely lured in, she'll bring them underneath the water. They like drown, die, then she like feeds on them, and she can feed the rest of her mermaid kids. That's how she survived. Like, but she'll be a full succubus, straight up. Chan, where do you think you
Okay,
would be?
so
What
let me
would you
say
want to be?
this.
Which one do you
One
like out of
thing,
the three?
okay, let me say this because y'all got pieces of me in each one. For Baylor, I have a fucking very expensive degree over there in fashion design, so I would probably wear your skin.
Mm.
For Drake, um, I am terrified of the ocean and dark water.
Mm.
So for you to make me a mermaid was weird.
But that's what you.
Yeah, I am very attracted to people's minds if they can think on other levels. So I would probably fuck you up with the mind and
Mm.
act like nothing happened. So all three of you kind of have little bits of me. I definitely would be someone that people would assume, oh, she would never do that, and just act like nothing. Because usually, if I'm that pissed off, I'm gonna be pissed off, and then the next day, I act like nothing ever happened. Like it's a completely clean slate, even though I'm planning. It's a clean slate. So all three of you probably correct.
Okay, okay.
You know what
I'm
I'm
scared of
saying?
dark water too. But I think that I don't know. That's the second time I brought up water. I think that would fit. That would be a good scary movie because we can't run. You can't run away when you're on water. You stuck.
Yeah. Even that's why I don't go on boats. I'm not doing no cruises. You got my ancestors. You're not about to get me.
They don't look for black people. I'm just telling you. You tell me one time they found a black person that was lost on water, and I would shut the fuck up.
Well, they're not finding anybody on water. They're gonna find them in,
Yeah.
or probably not.
No, they be finding some people, but they've never found, in my knowledge, found a black person ever. Telling
Because they
you.
don't look for us. They
Hey,
don't look for us on land.
that's my point. They be going to they don't even go in the water. They go to the edge of the ocean. They gone, y'all. They gone. That shit crazy, man.
On a short notice, I found some films that looked like they might be. One looks interesting and one definitely looks scary. So we're going to let's start with the interesting one first.
Okay. Okay.
It's by our familiar. I want to call it at this point. I want to call them cousins. And Alter. It's a short film called Other Side of the Box.
Man, you hit it right on the nose. That's the one I picked too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh, it's barely over 1 million views. It's like 1,031 views. Dropped May 6, 2020. 32,000 likes. And
In the middle of the pandemic.
man, right there. And a couple received a mysterious package from an old friend. Okay. Make sure I'm sharing the correct screen here. Blood out. Oh shit.
Let me back up. Yeah, I'm alright. That was a good jump.
First of all, I don't want to see what his mouth looks like, guys.
2, 3.
That's too long. Yep.
Holy shit.
Could have been worse.
Fam.
What?
No.
What do you want?
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
His hands.
Just Ben. Don't let him leave the house.
No. Don't leave me alone here with this thing.
It's fine. We don't even know what it is, okay? It could be harmless.
Bitch. Ass.
His name ain't Ben. He said Ben.
He did say you.
Oh shit.
Ben, don't go back. Don't you go back there.
I don't understand why people cannot follow instructions.
That's his boo thing. Oh,
He
the
killed his
lights
boo thing.
Oh.
Gone.
Oh no. Oh. Oh, that's gonna cost
Damn.
money. At least he found the light switch. I mean the light.
Push my shit back.
Okay, Rachel, you were amazing. I love you. We're gonna have a great memorial. Why is there water?
She peed herself. Look.
She got that wet.
Oh no! Oh my lord!
Why y'all wet?
Did everybody need a shower?
That's no.
Oh, they keep
Oh, and
getting
they keep getting closer.
Don't look away!
Oh
my god! Oh my!
What
No.
do you do?
Baylor, why would you do this?
Why is his hands up?
Oh, he's
Oh
gonna
no! Don't turn off the light.
You gotta become cockeyed. You just gotta become cockeyed. Hey, off the rip.
Okay, what do? Do you go towards the naked man in the room that's gonna turn off the lights,
You
or do you
have
stay there for the pack of people?
okay. So this is the thing, though. Technically, I really don't know how fast they moving. So I feel like if I run towards the naked dude, I feel like they might run too.
Ooh.
I don't, because I'm gonna pay attention to the rules. Because the rules were to look at his ass, not all of them. To look at his ass, and what that was
But
my no.
but he also looked at them and they stopped.
True. I don't know. That's that's what
First
I'm
of all,
saying.
why were there so many people in the box? 1, 2. I cannot imagine.
Oh, so that's
I
how
can
it goes.
what?
The more people that get caught become a part of it.
Yep. I guarantee his girl in there. That's one of the people that was wet. She was probably in
This
there.
is why you don't take boxes from people that want to fuck your girl, because he wasn't gonna give him the box if she was home.
Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Like, one, my wife know better. Well, I ain't leaving my wife to watch no
That's
fucking
what my
box.
question would
First
be.
and foremost.
Why would you leave? Why would you, if you feel like you have to go and find answers, why would y'all as a group not go to find
Who
answers?
said we can't pick this box up and just watch it while it's in our lap?
Get it?
Who said we can't put it in the trunk
But you know what
or
though?
put it on top of the car?
I got questions. If they weren't following him then, because he came back to the house, they were hiding.
Yeah. And they all needed showers. Why are they naked people dirty? What
They
was
probably was dirty
showers?
though.
Oh, okay. Let me get our mind on out the way. I give it an A. I give it a solid A. The reason why, this felt like a real fucking movie. This felt like a good 45 minutes.
Mhm.
It had a good plot. It had little cute stuff in the beginning. It had some stupid arenas in it. But what horror movie doesn't have a stupid arena in it, you know? But I'm telling you, like, this not only was, it felt like a full feature film. You know, it had the first, second, third, and fourth act.
Mhm.
And I have questions. Like, I could see sequels coming from this. Because why were they wet? Why were they wet? What does that have to do something? What's
That's what he said. I said,
they started off with that. Oh, you making me wet. They started off with that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it just continued to go, and that shit was creepy. That little motherfucker with the the shit that was some scary shit. And just by that, when that motherfucker had his hands up, like, I'm like, what the fuck, the motherfucker was, you know? I liked it. Once again, I give it an A. I give it an A. Once again, maybe I'm too nice with these things, but I see the vision. Um, it seemed original too. I haven't seen nothing like that. You know, you stare into the deep, empty box and shit like that. If they took some more time and had a better budget, oh yeah, it could have been live at 5.
Mhm. Okay. Who up next?
Jan, why don't you go?
me?
Yeah.
So I have to find the film.
No. What do you rate this?
Oh, what do I rate this? I give it an A minus, because I would have rather them hear a knock, don't see anybody, and just see the box with the note on the floor. Naturally, allow him to open the card, and that guy say something in it where he might want to call him, and not get an answer, and then open the box, because no matter if he didn't want to tell him that the girl was home or not, she was there, so the outcome would have been the same. And I don't know, I needed more mystery and not more faces. But I liked it.
Mm. I would give this movie a B plus. I think that it definitely kept me on edge most of the movie. There were parts where I had to like, ooh, look away, look away, look away, look. Oh, so it definitely had like the horror thriller in it. Wasn't as suspenseful as I would have hoped, but it left it. There was what I appreciated was there was consistency. It wasn't just randomly lights were off, but apparently lights had to be off for them to like, I guess, snatch you up or whatever and have water. And
What?
so
Well, I think with the lights off, you can't see them, so they can get to you quick.
yes,
You have to keep
yeah.
eyes on them. Yeah.
So by the creepy factor of like his eyes moving back and forth like because you think it's like a standstill person, but when they look away and it's just his hands and then his eyes are following, that creeped me out. So it definitely had the creepy factor. I will absolutely be sleeping with my lights on tonight. So I would definitely give this movie a B plus. Uh, yeah, I'll hold on to the B plus for now. It may change, but I feel like this movie deserves a solid B plus. Yeah.
I want to know how the fuck did that man get the box?
You people like him who look like they live on Skid Row mess with some unsavory people all the time.
Hey,
What about you,
it
Baylor?
takes me back to It Follow vibes.
Right. Yes, absolutely. It follows. If it follows, we're a box.
I gave it an A plus.
Okay.
Mhm.
I gave it an A. I gave it an A plus because, and I feel like the creators of this thought about probably didn't think of this until it was already done. But if I had to add anything to this, I would have had like when you saw those bodies, maybe just a light bulb that was flickering on and off to show his girlfriend was a part of that clan. You know what I mean? Something like that. Maybe even something funny that says I'm wet, you know what I mean? Because of what they said earlier in the film.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing is, and I'm still gonna give it an A plus, but I think the fact that his homeboy was trying to tell him, like, no, you were supposed to watch it, not her. And we come to find out that they're after him, but they stayed inside that house. You know what I mean? So, but it turned out fine. But I would have understood if there was some people walking towards him every time he looked away from the street because they're coming after him.
Mm.
But the main reason I gave it an A plus is because they put this man in a situation where he could not get out of it.
Exactly. I was gonna mention that too, but yeah.
And this is the almost a total opposite of the first one we watched because unlike unlike this one, the man in the first short film had some type of control. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where
Okay.
this man was literally stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? So it was one of those where, you know what I would have done? I probably would have been spinning my ass all the way to that nigga in the room so he could turn off the light. You
And
know what I mean?
listen, this is what I would have done. I would have kept my eyes on the. I play a lot of Call of Duty Zombies. I would have kept my eyes on the guy with the light, and I would have walked towards him, and I would try to angle my body to see where they. I was either way I can keep my eyes on all 5, 6 of them. Cause it was a gang of them. Or I'll try to get away till I just keep my eyes on the dude and they keep coming walking towards me, and I'll just keep my eyes on the dude and I can like just take off. I have to get an opening. That's the only way I can think of.
Well, what about this? What about this? Now, I know it's so far fetched because at this point you're nervous, you're
Oh,
scared.
as shit. I'm
But
shitting.
after seeing this, knowing your options, I probably wouldn't have gone towards the guy in the room because that's like that's the basement at this point,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you got to think of
So
something.
but this is the thing though. I rather and I know it's crazy because hopefully we never in this position. Well, we might have to sacrifice and run towards them while looking at them so they don't move. When you run into them, there's a huge possibility that your eyes are not going to be on all of them. So they might end up grabbing you. At the same time, you got to make that. I might dive backwards. I might dive backwards into them so I can go through them, but look at them as I'm falling back.
Man, you better try some hardcore parkour and try to hit the wall and try to jump over the whole group,
Yeah.
And then the fact that they were black, it looks like they were part of the abyss of that box.
Man, so
I would have definitely armed up. There's no reason why he. I mean, obviously, I don't even know if it was obvious, but it looked like the knife didn't work, or she didn't know how to wield it. But yeah, no, I would have tried to been armed, but I think that last scene.
I got it.
Where he's just like stuck on the stairs, because his whole thing was because mirrors didn't work, right? He saw his reflection, but you had to keep your eyes on him. That is, I would have just died. I would have just closed my eyes. Jesus, I've already accepted you as my Lord and Savior. Rapture me up. Like I would just die, because there's absolutely no way if I look away and look back at something, I don't know how fast it's moving, but it's closer to me or it's in a different position and it's just waiting for me to look away. Take me now. Like I'm not there, and especially if I'm by myself.
Take me to the king.
There's no fight. There's no fighting me.
I'll be holding on to my foot and screaming.
But I think that not having a way out is probably why I kind of took a grade away, took some points off this film, is because and I get it, sometimes there is no way out, but I think that they did a really good job with this scenario.
It's All About the Benjamins was the best song on that album.
Somewhere, somehow, there's a cockeyed person saying, "This is my time to shine."
You feel
Forrest Whitaker.
Wait,
Forrest Whitaker.
Can they see out of both eyes though?
I don't know the answer.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker isn't really cockeyed.
Put that lazy out of work.
Tiny Lester was cockeyed.
Chrysalis.
The Chrysalis.
69,000 views. Dropped November 19, 2020. So a couple months,
That's the classic.
Like a month and a half almost, 2,000 likes, 84 dislikes, haters. By Mr. Michael Squid. A young man moves in with his mother, a retired entomologist, now suffering from dementia, but he soon begins to suspect her altered behavior indicates something more insidious at play. Okay. 9 minutes and 21 second run time. Let's go ahead and bust this thing wide open. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw the clip of it, but I'm like, oh, this look kind of spooky. Okay. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And them.
Oh.
What are we?
Push this shit back.
Mom?
What are you doing up? Go back to bed, Rick.
Did you go to bed?
Who is Rick?
My name ain't Rick.
Stop calling me Rick.
If you don't lock her in her room,
I'm gonna lock her ass in the closet.
Not a
APS
closet.
will be on your ass.
Not a closet.
But for real though, fuck all that, man.
you don't sleep first in no house with somebody with dementia.
I'm out this piece.
Did y'all see what I just seen?
Go back.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Her standing in the
Yes.
kitchen, she got to be locked up.
Yeah.
I am calling the people to come and get her.
Yeah, she's a liability.
Right.
Mom, last night
You can't be Rick again, Mom.
What are we eating, honey?
Dry
you really
ass
scared me.
jambalaya.
This
Come out
music
there.
is just
What?
You heard me.
What are you talking about?
Don't play stupid with me. Come out of there. Come out.
Mom, you're scaring me. Christ. What?
She said, "Come out of there, boy."
what kind of spirit demon she talking to?
I'm thirsty.
You thirsty? You are being committed
She should be
today.
thirsty with that dumbass vest
Today.
on.
Man.
They calling her a schizo.
And you
Lock
going to
your
sleep?
doors. Your doors better be
Nope.
all the way.
Oh,
Bam.
Pupa,
you better wake up, Adam Rick.
it's time to molt.
Right.
Time to get out of that
Mom.
tired skin.
Out of the skin.
Look, she out of there.
To herself and others.
This nigga can't go to sleep.
And
Hey,
I tell.
I might know something about
She was in
that.
my
I was about to say, I said, is this
Damn.
what Bailey be have to go through and
And
shit?
she. Well, I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
I'm not at work
I
tonight.
don't know. Nothing about this makes sense. Okay, she's.
Oh god, y'all
Oh, heck no. There she is. And she don't like light.
Time to get into your cocoon.
Oh, hell no.
Dear.
I even like the font in the ending right now. It looks good.
Okay, quick question. Have
Yeah.
y'all seen Killer Clowns from Space?
Man,
Yeah.
that shit, yes.
Yeah.
You remember that they would put people in those cocoons upside
Yeah.
down like that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey
I
man.
told y'all maybe his mommy's a bug.
Yeah, I said when you said that, I was like, yeah, that make a lot of
No,
sense.
when I saw the book that she was like an entomologist or whatever she was called, I was like, yeah, she's not herself. It's definitely-
This was good. Hey,
yeah.
Baylor is he got the golden touch on the short touches, man. He really does.
This one definitely gets an A from me just because the like the relatability of dealing with, because it's so touchy when you're dealing with an adult, especially a senior citizen, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have so many with the boomers aging out, right? And so dealing with not just the boomers but their parents as well, going through dementia and different types of things where they can't remember things and they become frantic or whatever. But absolutely, like I don't like that. That's the sound that I hear when I'm around people who are violent, not just has dementia, but have dementia and are violent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is really good. That's why I give it a solid A. It definitely gets a solid A from me.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm gonna rock with the A+.
Okay.
This was solid. This is solid. One thing I don't like playing with in horror movies is elderly and the children. I do not play with the elderly or the children. So they hit it off and man, like off the grip. Like even when she opened the door at the beginning, it was kind of creepy. Like, man, open the door all the way. I hate that. Don't try to look pride open for me. Then they backdoor with the camera angles, they'll hit me with the POVs, once again, I said it again, I'm a fan of the POVs in numerous type of films, but it was like, man, I don't like, so I like I see what y'all doing here and I like it. Then it went from like, it just kept getting creepier, gradually creepier. Even when he woke up at night and he saw it, man, I'm scared to open my door now. What if my wife looking like that? You know what I mean? But that's what position they put me in, Leah. I'm just saying. That's that creep. They gave me that creepy factor. Like, even like at the end, they could have extended this film to be a lot where they could have brought more people in. It could have been whatever. It's the whole town going through this right now. It could have been. They can grow on this concept quite a bit, and it's just like I rock with it. And at the very end, they gave you like what's really going on. They gave you little snippets. They explained it. So
what if she really didn't retire? That the CDC was trying to cover it up and wanted her to shut up.
CDC would have killed her ass. Don't get it twisted. Like,
now they would have kept her alive to study her.
Yeah, but I think I think she found the bug. I think since she had it, I think she got infected with it, and she just kept it a secret, and she retired so she wouldn't get caught by the CDC.
Oh, maybe she didn't know she was infected.
No, her ass knew. She was in love with bugs.
I don't think she was. I think she knew, and she wanted to test it out, and she just didn't. She just continued.
Oh, it just went too far.
Yeah, that's what I think it may be. But either way, it was a great concept. So it's an A+ for me.
Shan?
There's nothing for me to question. Everything was explained, and I wasn't looking at things that were throwing me off. Like, it was very on point.
She had that knife over that boy. Ooh.
That was a nice knife too.
Yeah, she's for sure at the Michael Myers special.
I was like, what the hell?
When she dropped it and Taylor was like, look how quick she got out there.
She got up out of there. She knew she fucked up. You had one job to do. That nigga turn on that light.
Yeah,
she got up out of there. And that's why I give it an A+ for the same reason. For the same reason I gave the last one an A+ because it gave me a full movie in such a short time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the fact that it came to the end and brought it and tied it all together, or what's going on and stuff like that. The creepiness of it, I can relate to the footsteps upstairs because my kid's upstairs. That's why if you run this back and the first set of footsteps that you hear, I look up. Because I'm so used to hearing them run upstairs like that. She was arguing. Don't know who she was arguing with.
Man, she sure was arguing. I forgot about it, man.
Y'all gave her a little bit more time. Once I seen her ass in the kitchen, leaning over, and I seen the disfigure in her face, it's no longer mom go back to bed.
That's the part that I missed when you was like, did you see that?
Right, because her eyes changed, and then when the lights turned on, her face was completely different. I thought that next day he was gonna be like, "So, mom, we're going to a place where you'll be more comfortable." Like that's what I thought the conversation was, not just, "Mom, you scared me."
Right.
And then whoever the fuck that he called is gonna show up at the house and be a bug.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and this is how we get started with 8-legged freaks. This is what happens.
Well, yeah. And I've actually been around someone who has dementia. Man. So, and the crazy part is, every so often when I come back around them, they introduce themselves to me.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? So it seemed like that was somewhat of the beginning stages or whatever, because he could say certain things and then she would get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that kitchen scene and that scene where she was coming in the room with that knife, that did it for me right then and there. Right then and there. Then when she took off,
when she said that, she started forgetting things and then she brought him the second cup of tea.
Yeah.
I would have been like, hey, so let's look at some brochures. And then by the next day of me waking up to her hollering in the middle of the night into the abyss, and her face changed. So we're no longer looking at brochures. You need to take whatever you like and get in the car because we're going. Absolutely not.
One thing that I caught on to, and I'm not sure if they did this on purpose or if they just felt lazy about doing this. She put the same clothes back on.
Yes, she did.
That's why I was
they probably meant to do that because that's what people with dementia and Alzheimer's may do if they're dressing themselves. Why not? Right. You got a favorite outfit. You got a favorite outfit,
and it's like, oh, this is that familiarity. I think that it's like it's for me, because my godfather had dementia, Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so, because he was, but he was a really sweet man, like very, very sweet. Like if we take a walk and like his blood is flowing and all this kind of stuff, is like, oh, I feel good. He's gonna go play the piano. He's doing stuff that reminds him of like who he is, or even who he was before he had it. But being around people who are nasty, like very like violent or mean, this is definitely the music that I hear in my ear. So I feel like the soundtrack, whoever did the scoring for this one,
Yeah, the
did a
sound was
I,
amazing.
I
really
was
good
going to mention
job.
it. Remember when we watched the movie with Mike, the one with the snow and the glass house, that whack ass
Yes.
movie?
Mm.
They were using the same instruments, but they were using in the right way in this one.
Yes,
When he was getting in
absolutely.
when he was in the bed, they were using that same violin screech, that
Yes.
tuning violin sound. And that's when but it stopped. It stopped at the right time. It got silent. And that's when you start hearing that arguing and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, that'll be in between her and her Jesus. I'm
But
telling you.
Listen,
and now the scary part to me is that I'm thinking that it's coming from upstairs.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
She in the kitchen yelling at the hallway.
But
Bro,
what if it
I'm
was
out of
her
there.
real body that they were going back and forth with? Like, because whatever it was cocooned, right?
Well,
No, I don't.
I thought
It
that
was
was
empty.
Rick.
That was. I think it was empty,
But it
and
was
I
a
think
face. Who face was that?
that was him. She put him in that cocoon.
Oh,
Cocoon.
okay. All right. I
I
thought
think
that was,
I think they had to make it. I think she made it for him. I think it's something. That's what I'm assuming. I may be wrong.
I think that I think that I don't think that was because I don't think that was him in the cocoon.
Whoever she kept calling him Eric, that was probably
Yes.
Eric.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
it
what I
was
was
Rick.
thinking.
It was
Like
Rick.
it was Rick.
Rick. Oh, yeah.
Because
Mm.
as the insect or parasite or whatever started taking over her, I think that whoever was living with her at the time, Rick or whoever it was, I think that's who is in that cocoon. I don't think she cocooned Adam that quickly.
And earlier when I was talking about sound, the movie was Strangers.
Oh, strange. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's exact. They had
Oh,
on
with
those
okay,
masks.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was
That
talking about.
sound.
Yeah,
That
strangers.
sound is what made that movie.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Strangers, Baylor?
I didn't watch it, but yeah,
You didn't. Oh, that's a scary ass movie.
yeah.
That's
It
that
was-
could.
The people in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the couple, and they're like, "Are you home?" That's the main. That was the big tagline. "Are you home?"
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't want to watch that with Leah living by herself. Not at all.
That shit was like boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh my God.
Because that type of stuff really happens though. That's why I don't like strangers are scary because that could like what do you that type of situation that I would be more afraid of strangers than I am of Scream, because
Yeah.
like they right at your face. You know their intentions and they're already in your damn house. They can be
Yeah.
anywhere.
That's why I know where my keys are. I can get to my garage. That's why I'm glad I park in my garage.
Man, you
Yeah.
gotta if you watch it, it's like they were fucked. And
It's tormenting.
did you watch you watched the whole thing, Shan?
Mm-hmm.
And the ending was just so cold blooded, man.
Yeah.
It was just like, godly. I'm glad they had a sequel to it. I don't know if you watched that one.
No, I didn't watch that.
It'll make you feel better. Let me just say that. Yeah, I'm telling you, okay, that sound like all encompassing. We got an A+, an A, and 2 A's. Man,
Yeah, 2 A+ is 2 A's.
so I'm gonna lean on the A+.
And you know what this movie reminds me of? I don't like old people's houses that look like they died already. Like everything's set up and clean and there's nothing out of place and everything's like this. I'm just like, what the fuck is really going on?
Some old people like that, man. I don't know if I told y'all before. I don't know if I said this in the makings to me, but my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and man, I can give y'all stories. I think I can give y'all stories about how, like, they're physically healthy, physically great, But when I say Alzheimer's tear you down mentally, and that's what it's meant for, it's deterioration of the brain. And it's like it got to. I'm telling you, I was outside playing basketball with her. Like she was good at, but she's dropping them. Wow. Wow. Oh, like she looked like what was the bat? Is it Larry Johnson? He used to be the grandmama and all that. She used to be like all in her dress, but she used to hit them shots, telling stories how she used to had to beat this girl up back in the day for fouling her hard and stuff like that. And but it'd be like she'll see me and one of my older brothers look alike, okay? And she'll be like, Jerron, where Brandon at? And I like, I am Brandon, you know. She was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You stop playing. Where Brandon? Brandon's the baby. And I'm like, I always had to like, grandma, it's me. You know, it's me for real. What's
Was
up?
that before you knew or after you knew?
We knew. No, it was we knew she lived with Alzheimer's maybe 2 to 3 years before she passed. Like,
Wow.
and when I tell you, she was a strong woman. But when I tell you, one of the we used to laugh about it all the time, man. But now it's sad, but like when you start understanding how serious that was. But I remember she took like kids not having good supervision once again, and you know people should like I used to have to watch my grandparents, and I remember one time we begged her to take us to McDonald's. Okay, kids love McDonald's. She finally, yeah, I'll take y'all to McDonald's. Like, bet. We in this old yellow Cadillac. Okay, no, we was in a Lincoln, old Lincoln, big body. Okay, and we go to the McDonald's near the hospital. So in Tyler. We say it's across town, but it was really like 10 minutes away. But we get there. I don't know what happened to Sharon. That was even scary.
Her laptop probably died.
Okay. But we get there, we ordering food. I remember my brother had to go to the restroom. She like, take your brother to the restroom. Cool. Take him to the restroom, come back out, looking for grandma. Where grandma at? You know, no. And my brother seeing like the car is like about to drive out the McDonald's, like about to hit the street. We run out, catch her, you know, grandma, what you doing, grandma? She's like, what y'all doing here, baby? Oh, I'm so sorry. We get in the car. That's when it fully clicked. This not safe. And when I had to go back and tell my mom and tell my grandfather like what happened, and we had to take her keys away, that's when shit just got like real, you know. So seeing this right here is like because it gets worrisome when she stopped recognizing herself in the mirror. That's when stuff start getting like, okay, this is a different level of things, you know.
Yeah.
So like, it's another movie that's I watched it again. When I first watched this other movie that's like this, scared the fucking shit out of me. But I watched it again. It was kind of like, it was kind of some mid. But The Taking of Deborah Logan, nigga.
Yeah.
That was like, okay. It's just the old folks Alzheimer thing that really just get to me.
That movie wasn't scary. It took so long to get to the point. Oh gosh, that movie took so long to get to the point.
I think we might be getting spoiled.
Man, the shorts been the hits, man.
No, I'm just saying in the movie, because okay, so like you have to have some things happen in the movie to let you know that hey, things are not right. But in this movie, and I don't know why my voice cracked right there, but when in this movie, it was just taking so long to like actually something's happening, something's going on with her. And since you didn't see it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I think that a better film similar to this would be Skeleton Key. Skeleton Key does a way better job of what happened, but Skeleton Key tells you from a different point of view what happened to the senior citizens. So, but taking to Deborah Logan just took a long time. Yeah. I was fast forwarding a lot of the movie.
You know what I just thought about, like when it comes to these short films, the reason why I think they hidden is because I think these particular short films has adjusted to our attention span. To where if you think like if we talk about classic horror movies, we instantly go back to the 80s and the 90s, right? Maybe there's some residue somewhere around the early 2000s, but I mean, outside of that, we were quick, and don't get me wrong, I do feel like they were instant classics. But when you think about Get Out and Us, that's all we've had. You know, maybe the Saw franchise, but it's nothing like. I don't think there's nothing to replace like Hellraiser and Nightmare on Elm Street, and like those are just like
Mount
all
Rushmore.
all yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like because comparing it to like maybe sports or hip hop, I could see I could see like a Kendrick Lamar or a J. Cole being in the Hall of Fame of hip hop and things like that. But that's just two artists that I think of like that can instantly go there. That's how I view horror movie now.
I
Yeah.
think that what I differentiate between short films and full feature length films is short films are just that. They're really quick bites, really short snippets of a universe where you get to kind of peek into like behind the veil of what's going on in somebody's mind. Feature length film should be a full world that you're able to view. Some of
Yeah.
the worlds are not as complete as others, but I feel like what they did in the 80s and 90s is give us full world views, whether it was episodic or a standalone movie. They did a good job of giving us these full world views where we can see the entirety of what's going on, why it's happened, and are able to stay consistent for that 90-minute runtime, right? And so I think that, I try to differentiate between the two, but I think that because it's so hard now for a feature length film to keep that stamina, that's why the short films are hitting so hard.
Right. And to go to piggyback off of what you said about the horror classics back in the day, how they built this world or this universe around it.
Yeah.
They don't have too many of those. Like if we brought our top 5 movies to the table, like versus the new generation, they will have to put up a Saw, a Paranormal, something like that, because those are the only films that has actually built something around it.
Yeah.
Whereas everything else is just hit or miss,
True.
just are one
True.
offs. You know what I mean? That's why the Scream trilogy was so big, because it was like different. It was like these hybrid killers. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of speed, clumsy, little bit of speed, but they kept
Like you threw that.
they built off of it though. You know what I mean? After that, it just kind of like fell off.
Yeah.
Back in the back in the 80s, they hit us with Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy, like back to back to back. Then Hellraiser. It's like Jesus Christ, they did not let up off of us at all.
Yeah, horror was a good vein to tap into, especially when they found that they can play on people's fears in very graphic ways. And
Hmm.
so, even taking something as small as like arachnophobia,
Man,
or
that was good, but that's also that actually it was kind of like a comedy too.
It
yeah,
was.
no. But what I'm saying is like whether somebody's afraid of the dark because you never know what goes bump in the night, or if somebody is afraid of going outside, like agoraphobia. They take some of these fears and they put it into movies and create like a world around it, or creating like the new boogeyman, where they have the opportunity to create a world around it and like, okay, are we only affecting people on this street in Deary in Connecticut? Or are we going to, or is this like anybody, kind of like It Follows? Is it like anybody who gets smashed in this line? You know what I mean? Who you
I,
pass it
Hmm.
on
I
to?
I think it did a perfect job of telling the kids like, no, this is like surgery right here. Y'all need to go back and check my early shit out. This is me with makeup on. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because you know what I'm saying, you got to go to the original. And even then, technically, it is part of a universe.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So yeah, I just that's why is I relate horror to the hip hop game because there were it's a dry period. You know what I mean? Where we didn't really get too much of the good shit. You know what I mean? But the shorts, like I said, plays on our attention span. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
they're not making, besides Jordan Peele, they're not making anything to say, look, let's all go out and let's go see this or whatever. Now it's just like, look, let's just get straight to the point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but even then, you can still mess up getting straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Man.
true because
Because
if you don't have
I
enough
think
story.
just like the music is washed because they want numbers. I think they want to follow the same format of movies because they want numbers.
I like that
And
concept.
if they can say that these movies that were with this flow did these in numbers, this is what we want, then that's what they want. They don't want to gamble on creativity anymore, which sucks.
Yeah. So is this your first time seeing a short film?
No.
Okay. So how do you compare short films to feature length films in terms of horror? Like based on what you've seen tonight.
I think it's better, especially if you watch film as an art
Hmm.
and not for, oh, I want them to scare me like I was scared in such and such. I don't want nobody to make a shoe that looks like such and such. I don't want nobody to make a song that sounds like such and such. So why would I want a movie
Right.
that reminds me of another movie? I think I would rather watch the quality shorts over waiting a whole 8 months for a film that really didn't do anything for me.
And you know what though? In their defense, though, when you think about music, when you really start to dig in deep about the details of a song, there's a lot of songs out here, even trash songs that have sampled some of the greats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it is extremely hard to create a horror flick without some type of some type of I've seen this before.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like outside of Jordan Peele, it's like and that's more of a thriller, you know what I'm saying, than horror. If we being
Hmm.
real with it, it's hard to create a film like that. That's why A Wrong Turn, that shit was so that shit was so that shit was different. You know what I mean?
That
Yeah.
I
motherfucker
think
hit that
I
number
think
right there.
no, I think that's why it's important to be like, let's say for Kanye, before he made some of the greatest albums he made, he might he might have went in the studio and said, I want to make something great like a Thriller album, but it don't his album did not sound like a Thriller album. It
Right.
needs to be that same essence in film where you make something so great and so memorable that it becomes the next level to top and
Yeah.
not that old shit. And I think a lot of directors are getting lazy, and a lot of actors are taking the same roles that got them numbers because people like them in those same roles, like a fucking Bruce Willis or
What's
Liam.
my name?
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of it.
Whoa,
Next,
whoa, what
Bro,
was that? What is that?
That's scary.
what?
What
yeah,
is that echo?
Y'all didn't hear that spooky echo?
you don't hear it, Shan?
No.
Okay,
I
it's
feel
your
like
house
it's from
then.
your
Wait,
side. I
wait,
feel like
Shan, start talking again.
Yes,
Okay.
no talk.
I am talking.
So it stopped. I say I don't like when stuff like that happen. I don't like.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I want to go to sleep tonight.
I
Bruh.
don't like. That
Oh.
was like very Okay, that was very creepy because
I'm telling y'all, I really want to go to sleep tonight. And the
Hey,
thing is, like,
hey,
I'm by myself again. So I need y'all to stop doing this so I can go to sleep tonight.
I got
Okay.
3 bodies in my house. I'm good.
Thank you so much, Shan, for joining us for another episode of Black Horror Humor. Can you tell the viewers of where to find you, please?
You can find me when you hashtag She Gets a Podcast. Hashtag Who is Shan. She Gets a Podcast is on all platforms. Cozy One Podcast is on all platforms. There is a new episode of She Gets a Podcast up now. And So What Page Be on Bed will be recording on Tuesday. All of that.
Awesome.
The
Thank you.
hardest working woman in this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Bailey, you want to take us out?
she is though. She put out about.
You think I'm lying? I bet that. Hey, if you need that as an advertisement, if I put that, I just want to. It's the Shan in the Morning Show.
Oh,
wow. How long have you been podcasting?
A year.
Since
Holy
2018.
shit.
Since 2018?
I'm just gonna block his camera. I ain't gonna play with
why
this
are we
man.
doing this with Baylor?
I don't like it.
I just told Baylor to sign off.
I feel like he's gonna pop
Why
like
we're
that.
playing games. Baylor, I have headphones on. Why are you doing this?
Dude, childish. This man is childish.
So Baylor, what we doing? Tell me what we doing, Baylor.
No, I'll just play it.
Baylor, I swear, Baylor.
This man is childish, man.
He is dumb.
He done
He's
woke the
back.
kids
He's
up.
ready
He
to-
done woke the kids up.
Hey, look, the only reason why I'm set tripping like this is because I'm gonna get into bed with my daughter and my wife,
Oh,
and they gonna protect me.
man.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
my
definitely going to take Ari into my bed. She on the couch.
I'm looking for cartoons now to put on.
Man.
I'm about to turn on this light. Baylor, you want to go ahead and sign us out?
Yes, so people, thank you for joining us for another scary and funny, comical evening. I want to thank our guests. Of course, Mr. D713. You know what I'm saying? Hiding under the blankets as usual.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Safe place. That's my safe place.
Then we got Leah, the lonely survivor. That's gonna be your name.
LS.
The Lonely Survivor.
The lonely survivor.
All right. Okay, I'll take it.
And then you got me, the emotional death.
Absolutely.
Y'all get ready to cry, y'all.
Y'all remember the most important thing is to keep the lights on.
Absolutely.
You can follow up before we get out of here. Where could they find us, Mr. D713?
You can find us on Instagram at Black Horror Humor. You can find us on YouTube at Black Horror Humor. No longer Black Noir or Horror Noir, but I say it like that. And you can find us on Twitter at BHHP. And that's Black Hole. And no, it's BHH Podcast, correct?
Yeah,
there we go.
Okay.
Should know this. You know,
And
check
remember,
it out.
Don't forget to keep the lights on.
Please don't have your kids pop up and do nothing right now, bro.
No, they not.
Please
They
don't.
not.
Okay.
But
You know that was a signal.